Let's talk Joe Kick. Sans Daddy Man. That dude is so girthy. Playing like the beast on the court. Making all the haters thirsty. He's got the skills, the finesse, and a shot that's so clean. Making us pee in our pants. Yeah, you know what I mean. Welcome to the Small Ball Podcast, where we keep it real. Talking hoops with a funky groove. Making sure you can feel. From Joe Kick's dominance to S explosive moves. We bring the heat. We bring the fun. Giving you that basketball groove. Welcome to the Small Ball Podcast, where we keep it real. Talking hoops with a funky groove. Making sure you can feel. From Joe Kick's dominance to S explosive moves. We bring the heat. We bring the fun. Giving you that basketball groove.
We welcome you in to the Small Ball Podcast alongside Trevor Mickulin and producer Ernie. I'm Scott Ayers. And if you look to my right, Trevor, Christian Dennis is not here. Playing hooky once again. So we've got arguably our best guest.
Arguably. Shout out, hey.
Because shout out Kyle Gehring.
Shout out Kyle.
Great guest.
Arguably our
But
best here.
arguably, we've got Abu in the house. And Abu, every time you're here, I feel like things just get a little feisty. They get fun. And then we post, your videos on Instagram because you're a handsome guy. You've got good takes. And those seem to do well, too.
They do well. People like to give you some arguments, though, that they don't like what you say all the time. 5,000 comments on our video with Abu.
Just mention James Harden and the comments will flow in.
Yeah.
It's easy.
It's amazing.
It's easy, man.
You're a wizard. How do you do it?
The algorithm. You just have some controversial takes. I could have easily said that day like Ginobili or Jerry West as the fourth best shooting. That's not fun though. That's not fun.
Yeah.
That's not fun. But James Harden, 5,000 comments.
It's been a while since you've been here.
I know. Last time I was here, talked about the most handsome NBA players.
Yeah. Man, there's so many handsome guys.
There's many.
There's so many handsome.
There's many.
Hey, but before we obviously dive in, we're in the middle of the playoff season.
Yeah.
We've been playing a lot of basketball, Trevor.
We have been playing a lot of basketball.
We've been playing a lot of basketball.
Like actually us.
Us. You and me.
Yeah.
We have a hoop in our backyard. We're putting up shots.
Yeah, we are.
Out of the three of us, who do you think is playing the least amount of basketball?
Yeah, listen, this is perfect. Great question, Scott.
Yeah,
the answer
thank
is
you.
Abu. And here's the reason why. I mean, his player comp is Anthony Davis.
Wow. Nice.
I invite this guy probably monthly. Abu, come play basketball. Hey, come play basketball. And every month it's an injury. There's always stuff going on with Abu.
Always.
And, I mean, he's scheduled for an MRI in an hour.
Who has an MRI post-college?
I'm not even joking. He's got an MRI scheduled. Explain yourself.
What's going on?
I don't know. It was I got an MRI schedule at 7:15 actually. That's actually true. That's not fake news.
What's going on with your shoulder?
I don't
What'd
know.
you do?
I used to play so much when I was younger. When COVID hit, I stopped playing. Just cold turkey. I went from playing like 6 days a week to just not hooping at all. And then once I started to get back into it, every time I'm lifting or shooting, it's like I got some aches and pains, and you just don't
Fight
want
through it.
Yeah, you fight through it, but
No, he doesn't fight
it
through
just gets a little worse. Yeah. So
Listen,
God willing.
Nothing but respect for you. I've played with you once, and you are a hooper.
That's what
But
Trevor says.
You can't stay on the court, though.
You're
know.
soft.
And it's... Joe!
You're
being
completely soft.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
Hey,
Whoa, hey. You're a guest.
I deserve
You're a
it.
guest.
I
You're a
deserve
guest.
it.
Here's the
No.
thing.
I deserve
He's
that
a
take.
guest.
Something big will happen. Like, he'll get in a car accident, which happened.
I got in a car accident.
did.
Man.
Is that why the shoulder hurts?
It could be. Since then, I've been getting hurt like every month.
Here's
it
the
feels
thing.
Like, yeah.
It's something new. So he'll...
It's a mental
Something
thing.
big will happen, and then it's like... 2 months later, hey, Abu, like, can you come play basketball? Hey, man, I'm actually working in increments of like 15 minutes per day, upgrading it per week. I'm adding about 5% workload every week.
He remembers I like exactly said that too.
Dude, this guy's treating his injuries like he's in the
What's
NBA.
going on?
Come play
It's
pickup with us.
hoops.
Come on.
God willing, I'm gonna get healthy and I'm gonna play consistently.
Hey, Abu, can I say something? Trevor can attest. The last 3 times we've played, after about 20 minutes, the back of both my knees are like in so much pain. I think I've torn something. Do you know who doesn't get off the court?
Who?
Me.
You. No.
I fight through it. I'm a dog.
You're just built different, man.
I am.
I'm not built that way.
Yeah, well-
I deserve all this, by the way, because I need that inspiration. She says the same thing.
Who's she?
My girlfriend, Oju, from Nepal. Lalitpur, actually, in
She
Nepal.
just said hey.
She said, hey. She doesn't have a microphone, but
She just said hey. She is a sight for sore eyes.
Hi.
As is
Yeah, there she is.
So
Nice.
so is Andy. A nice sight for sore eyes. But yes, God willing, I will be back. Can we do a Bible verse? Can I mention a verse?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah?
sure, man.
Yeah.
Great.
2 Timothy 1:7. God gave us a spirit of not of fear, but of power, love, and self-control. So it's been in my mind a lot because I overthink injuries a lot. And
Nice.
when I get small things, I get scared it's going to develop into a big thing and then I can't play. But then you just don't play for a long time. So either way, I'm like taking myself out of the game. But slowly, I'm getting back to it. MRI is the first step.
Abu, we give you a hard time.
I deserve it.
Hey, no. You're a hooper. You'll be back. You'll be on
I
the
haven't
court.
seen you play, so I can't say that.
You'll be on the court in no time with us.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Anthony Davis still has MVP potential.
Anthony
it hasn't
Davis-
left.
He played what, every game this year?
So there's hope for me.
There's hope.
There's
That's,
hope.
that's
There's
what
hope
I'm
for
getting
me.
at.
Just lock in.
I just don't want to be like Brandon Roy or Greg Oden. I gotta actually get back to
no,
it.
you've
That's
got to
right.
Yeah.
you've got to lock in.
Hey, Steph Curry early on missed a lot of games too.
I like
All right.
this.
All right, I like this.
Let's talk
That's
ball.
let's talk ball.
Let's
Let's
get
talk
into
ball.
it.
Out
I'm
with
ready.
the old and broken and in with the new, okay?
Broken.
Broken. But you're-
Fixable. Fixable.
I can fix him. Let's talk about the NBA playoffs.
Let's do it.
Because a week ago on the show, we talked about Nuggets and Wolves. Wolves would later go on to win a game by 26 points. And for myself and many Nuggets fans, it was like, oh, this team looks like they're outmatched right now.
You're down 2-0.
You're down 2-0 and you just lost by 26 points at home, which is about as low of a feeling as you can get.
Yeah.
Fast forward 7 days later, the series is now tied 2-2, and the series is headed back to Denver. And the Nuggets now have all the momentum in the world. It's been unbelievable to watch.
Don't write off defending champs that have the best player in the NBA too early. A couple years ago, Suns are up 2-0 in the finals.
Yeah.
Bucks win 4 straight games.
That's right.
Who they also had an MVP on their team.
Nice.
You can't write off a team that has arguably the most well-rounded big man in NBA history. And maybe not arguable, actually.
I like that.
Yeah, arguably. I see Andy laughing over there.
Yeah, Andy was shocked.
Andy's going to be
Andy
like, what about
giggles.
Zydrunas
He giggles.
Ilgauskas
He's
from
going to
the
say, what
Cavs?
about
Yeah.
Tristan Thompson in 2017?
Dude, I was
Stevie
actually going
Oman
to say
or
that.
Chetty.
Yeah,
Chetty Oman.
I was 100% going to say Tristan Thompson 2017 playoff run against the Indiana Pacers. Immaculate.
I was sick of hearing about his offensive rebounding that run. It made me sick to my
me
stomach. Tristan
sick.
Thompson's the best rebounder. Here's
Always.
the thing. It was doom and gloom, Scott. I live with Scott.
Doom
he,
and gloom.
He was down bad.
Were you worried, buddy? Were you worried?
Of course I was
You were worried.
Oh, he was worried, bro.
You know it's bad when I'm watching a game. I'm not yelling. I was laughing. I was laughing in game 2.
Yeah.
I was like, here we go. Like, just no negative comments because I was like, this team just doesn't have it right now. Minnesota played great defense. They're playing super physical. And Jamal, clearly bothered by the calf strain, just couldn't get anything going.
Nothing except for that heat pad he
Dude,
threw.
the heat pad.
Yeah.
It's
Which-
the only thing.
He should have been suspended.
Maybe he should have. I will say this though, Minnesota fans before Game 3, they were joking. Hey, his punishment, he's got to play this Wolves defense. Do you know what they were saying after Game 3? Well, this game doesn't count because you know what? Jamal should have been suspended. Cowards.
Hey, a lot of what ifs in NBA. Draymond suspension years ago against the Cavs. Kevin Love. There's always what ifs in the NBA, but
I
Can't count out.
I have two things to say
Nuggets.
about this series.
Okay.
First one, the Timberwolves. We talked about this last week, I think. If there's a team that's going to drop a series lead that's left in the playoffs, I mean the Thunder, but the Timberwolves could be they're inexperienced and they're young. Their best player is 22 years old, and you're going up against the defending champs. We shouldn't have been as down bad as we were as people who are rooting for the Nuggets to beat the Wolves. You should have known, right? That's number one. Number two, I feel like the series began to flip once the physicality began to be called fouls. The Wolves were playing super aggressive on defense, and it wasn't being called. I remember watching games 1 and 2, being slightly frustrated because I live with Scott and I'm rooting for them just because he's my roommate, and it was frustrating because the Nuggets would drive and it was hand check city.
Yes.
You were getting bumped, you were getting pushed every time you drive, and refs weren't calling it. Games 3 and 4, they begin calling it, and look what happens.
Right.
And Wolves fans are just nonstop complaining about the
Yappers.
referees, which is hilarious because there is a free throw discrepancy in the Wolves' favor.
In the Wolves' favor.
In the
The
Wolves'
Minnesota
favor.
Timberwolves shot more free throws in games 3 and 4. And they will argue that they didn't have a good whistle.
Yeah, and Nuggets are like they're a good free throw. Like they're big man who like you're supposed to be able to hack and he'll miss free throws. Shoots it I think above 80% from the free throw
Yes.
line. So the Wolves have that with Rudy Gobert. If you foul him, he's gonna miss most of his free throws, right?
And that was a theme in game 4 where in late in that game, Minnesota did cut into it.
Yeah.
It got interesting. But because Anthony Edwards had played 46 minutes, he went 1 of 2 from the line. Rudy Gobert missed, I think he went like 0 for 4 in his last like 4 attempts. Jaden McDaniels went 1 for 2. And so Wolves fans will tell you, yeah, well, guess what? You know, we missed 9 free throws, we win. If it's like, well, your guys were all out of gas.
Yeah.
Especially Anthony Edwards, who did everything. You can't, if you're a Wolves fan, you can't look at that and say, we need more from Ant.
No.
Ant had what, 45?
44 last night.
44, and he was
Yeah.
what, 16 of 25 from the field?
Fearless, man.
Fearless.
You can't ask for more. He can do less, and you should be able to at least compete better. Because last night they weren't really in the game.
No,
like
they
they kind of made a
weren't.
late run, but
It was too,
it always felt like last 2 games. It's felt like Denver had the control the entire time.
For
the
sure.
entire time.
and here's what I'm going to say too. For Minnesota, it's somehow even more deeply and rooted beyond basketball. It's more beyond just the basketball team, because I don't know if you guys know this. Minnesota sports fans have seen 2 championships in their lifetimes. It was in the late 80s for the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah.
It is a city full of sadness for sports. It is a city that time after time after time has watched blown leads, blown losses. If you remember, Blair Walsh for the Minnesota Vikings, 27-yard field goal against the Seattle
Against the
Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Shank.
Brett Favre thrown across his body when they're winning against
Picked.
the Saints in the NFC Championship. Bountygate, yeah.
The Bountygate
Pick.
Saints.
Yeah.
This is deeply enrooted. You think of the Wolves. What was it? 2003 was the last time they made a playoff
With
run.
KG, yeah.
With KG.
Yeah.
All we heard from Wolves fans, this place is going to be the loudest it's ever been. And what did the Wolves give their fans? 2 of the biggest, stinkiest performances you could ever ask for from a home team.
Yeah.
It's deeply enrooted. Minnesota sports teams hate to win in championships. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Take your victory lap, Scott. Take
have
it.
to.
That was great. That was a great
Have
take.
to.
Keep
Yeah.
that same energy
I have to.
through the series.
Through the
Oh.
series. We coming.
The highs and the lows.
Highs and lows. I
Scott's
know.
coming.
I'm coming.
Also, shout out Davis Wilson.
Who is that?
I went to
that?
college with him. Got a text from. I haven't gotten a text from this dude in years.
Okay.
Text me and goes, "You guys got to apologize." I didn't even know he listened, but he saw the name of our last show was
Wolves own
the
Nuggets.
We flipped that this show.
Nuggets on the Wolves.
Nuggets.
Thank
own
you.
Wolves.
Episode 101.
Yeah.
Shout out Davis.
Shout out Davis. That was sick.
Episode 101. This is
In honor of Zoe.
congrats. Yeah, in honor of Zoe. Wow,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
nice.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Also, we
That
use
was nice.
AI for our intro and outro now, so hope you guys have been enjoying that.
Gotta get that.
Abu, did you hear our song last week?
No,
What's
he doesn't listen.
He doesn't listen. No, the intros.
This is Trevor and Scott owns a boo, not the Nuggets on the Wolves.
Hey,
No, I'm just kidding.
Shake on it. Shake on it.
Shake.
First Timothy.
You didn't
Okay.
Second Timothy.
Second Timothy. Okay.
That's on love.
That's on love.
All right.
No
hey,
Diddy though. No Diddy.
No Diddy and no Giddy.
No Diddy, no Giddy.
And no Drizzy either.
No Drizzy.
No
which means no
Drizzy.
Christian.
No Christian. Thank you, Scott. Bang.
Bang. Enjoy that, Christian.
He's not going to listen.
He's not going to listen. He's too busy celebrating Mother's Day.
Yeah.
Which
It's-
he's been a good guy.
Yeah, he's been good.
He's actually been
Shout
good.
out
Man.
Christian.
Shout out Christian.
Shout out
Shout out Spokane, Washington.
Yeah.
Shout out Gonzaga. Shout out Christian's wife. I don't know her name.
Janelle.
Janelle. Shout out Janelle.
Bang.
Yeah.
Not
Bang.
a mom. But do you know who's the moms of the New York Knicks right now? They're really the dads of the New York Knicks. That's the Indiana Pacers. Ooh-wee.
2-2, baby.
2-2, which again, another blown 2-0 lead. This series feels weird, though,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
unlike Minnesota and Denver, where it feels like it has kind of gone back and forth, this just feels like, and it can still kind of be won by anyone. This series feels like New York is looking over a cliff and they're trying not to plummet to their deaths because they are starting to suffer injury after injury and after a blowout loss to the Pacers. And you know what? They survived in games 1 and 2. They trailed in both of those games. Things do start to look bleak for the Knicks. And on the other end, this young, fun, offensive team, the Indiana Pacers, have played great basketball. Tyrese Halliburton has been awesome. And Abu, there is a very real chance that the Pacers in 2 games' time will be in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, I agree. They completely outplayed. Game 3, I would say they outplayed them too, but it did go down in the wire. Obviously, crazy shot from like 31 feet. But last game completely outplayed them. The injuries are stacking up, and unfortunately, that's a part of sports. But they have enough to at least compete. They shouldn't be getting blown out like that. So I'm hoping like for a good game back at MSG tomorrow. It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Right? Yeah, I believe
Tuesday.
it's tomorrow.
Yeah.
So if you're listening today,
Bang.
It's today.
okay,
Yeah.
you like that?
Tonight. That was nice.
Tonight.
Yeah.
Well, and if you're listening late, then it was yesterday.
Oh,
That's
dang,
right.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it's
Bang.
I don't know. I texted Trevor actually after game 2, I think, when Halliburton had like 8 points and like 6 turnovers. I was
Yeah.
like, dude, we need to do a segment on the show of how this guy like lost his power since All-Star break because of how bad he's been playing. But man, he shut me up last game.
Dude,
He did,
Shut
bro.
me up last game, man.
dude, he has been
Shut me up.
amazing games 3 and 4. And how old is he, Trevor?
I want to say he's 22.
Yeah, 21, 22
He was in the same
years
draft
old.
as Ant. So.
Yeah, that draft loaded, by the way.
Loaded.
Loaded.
Yeah, man.
Absolutely loaded.
It's just crazy to me. Like, we hold these players like Ant and Halliburton to
He's
such
24,
a high...
by the way.
24?
Yeah.
We hold him to such a high standard. This is what, his first playoff?
Yeah, first
Yes.
playoffs. Yep.
Yes.
Right?
Both
Like,
of them, yeah.
we have to understand there's a learning curve getting into the NBA. There's a learning curve becoming an all-star. There's a learning curve in the playoffs.
Yeah.
The play style is just different. It took him a little bit of time because I wouldn't say he was great against the Bucks either.
Mm-hmm.
But in the last couple games, he's been phenomenal. It really does feel like he's starting to figure it out for him and the Pacers.
Yeah.
And the Knicks are really missing OG.
Yeah, man. He's
dude.
a great player.
OG
Both ends.
is such a good fit on this Knicks team.
Both ends, too.
And what really sucks is everything's looking like he's going to be out game 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
in fact, he is out.
He is out.
I believe so.
So, yeah, man. It's looking like the Pacers are going to run away with this unless Jalen gets back into his sicko mode.
Yeah, because he was
Yeah.
great. Bad game 5, though.
Very bad.
Very and Dante as
Or
well.
game 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dante also had a really bad game 4.
You can't rely on a guy like Dante, man.
No.
You can't.
I agree.
Yeah.
Those role players, they're all kind of in slightly different tiers, but they're all in the same category.
Yeah.
They can give you some amazing games
And that'll win you games.
that will win you games, but they can also be on the flip end and lose you games. Maybe this is a hot take. I would argue like a guy like Karl Anthony Towns is the top tier in that same category, where really good player, he's going to win you games, but on the flip end, he's going to lose you games because they're
night,
just
yeah.
so inefficient. And so They play a big role. You need to rely on them at times. But that's where having good depth is important because if they're off, you need to count on other players around them. New York doesn't have that.
Yeah, agreed.
Comparing Cat to
But I don't know about that
to
comparison.
Dante DiVincenzo
But
is just crazy.
Different tiers.
I see what you're saying,
Same
though.
category.
Well, what I'm thinking, like those role players, a guy like Dante DiVincenzo is a
I
role
would say
player.
second option and lower is what I was categorizing.
I would say to be a contender, players like DiVincenzo, like I put him with like Grayson Allen, like guys like
or
that.
Malik Monk.
Yeah, they gotta be third, fourth options.
But
Bobby
right now
Portis.
he's their second. Wouldn't
Yeah,
you
right
argue?
now.
That's
He's
what
their
I'm saying.
second.
Yeah.
Is you can't rely on him to be that.
The second
Yeah.
option.
Cat,
Sure.
you can. I think Cat, you can. Cat's an all-star.
Yeah, Cat's an all-star, but man, bro, he can be the best big man shooter of all time if he has
Yeah.
some consistency. Like last night, he was horrible.
Yeah.
He was horrible last night. Like, yeah, so I think
So yeah, right. Yeah. So my thing isn't like I don't think Kat and Dante are on the same level. They're nowhere near being.
I
on
get
the
what
same
you mean,
level.
though. There's
But, like,
tiers. S
there's-
tier for role player.
Exactly.
Yeah, 'cause he's
And
not-
Kat is an S tier role player,
But he's getting that super max money. That's the problem.
right.
That's the problem. But he can score 60, so I don't know if I can say he's a role player if he scores 60.
You guys are out here calling Karl Anthony Towns a role player.
No, not
Listen,
like there's
Not-
tiers
not-
to
there's
it. No,
tiers
he's
to
not
it.
the best player on his team, Trev.
He's not the best player on his
You guys
team.
He was the
you
best
guys
player on his
lost.
team for some time in
Facts.
Minnesota, and what? They
were
didn't do
nothing.
anything.
They were nothing. They got to the 8th seed.
You're either a superstar or you're, he's a all-stars can be role players too. Klay Thompson's an all-star. He was a role player on that.
Hey,
on
Bradley
that.
Beal's an all-star, right?
Yeah, he's a role player. He's a role player. That's how it goes.
We're dialed in. This is sick.
Dialed in, yeah. Trev is defenseless right now.
Yeah, he is.
Like Rudy Gobert against Jokic.
Oh, that was a nice pull.
Can we talk Luka?
Yeah, let's talk Luke.
My glorious king, Luca. Where do I even begin? Oh,
Dude,
Luca.
They play tonight.
my Lukey Pookie bear.
He
Luka.
is my Lukey bear.
My Lukey. I might cancel my MRI just to go watch that game, actually.
Hey,
No.
no,
I'm
you
not
can't do
doing
that.
You can't.
Get
we
back
need
on
to
the
get you on the
court.
court.
All right, so
Yeah,
listeners would have
absolutely.
already known what happens tonight. Let's each predict how many points he's gonna get.
I like
Whoever's
this.
closer,
Gets a, I don't know,
Smoothie.
smoothie.
bang.
Bang. I love
why a smoothie.
I love smoothies. I'm going to nail this.
Smoothie.
Mango
okay,
smoothie.
Oh, mango smoothie, please.
What? All right, Abu goes first. As our
How many
guest.
points will he have? Just
Yeah.
points.
Yeah.
I think that those injuries are really bothering him. Like his 3-point shooting in the regular season, he shot really well, but playoffs it's been like horrendous.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think 34.
I'm going
30.
to say 27 points.
20,
Ooh.
oh, okay, 27.
We're gonna see a 40 bomb.
40 bomb.
Wow.
It's Luka Magic time.
Okay,
He's
look at
due.
Magic
People
time.
are listening to this and they're either really proud. Like, these guys are dweebs.
Hey,
Here's
one of us is gonna be
Yeah.
around the right area.
Yeah.
Yeah, no way he has. I mean, I don't know. He might have less than 27, but
Luka's clearly hurt, and the Thunder we need to keep sending doubles at him.
Dort is playing like a football
Linebacker.
player. He's playing like a linebacker who play anyone who's hooped. Like myself, not so much lately, like you
Bang.
said, but anyone who's hooped with a football player knows how they play defense.
Yeah.
That's Dort right
Yes.
now. That's how he's playing defense on Luka.
He's one of my least favorite players to watch, Lou Dort.
Yeah,
He is.
This dude, defensively, he's great and very physical. And maybe he's
Yeah.
being too physical. But offensively, the dude is a shot chucker. Anytime he touches the ball and has an ounce of breathing room, expect him to throw that thing up there.
Dude,
He's
not swinging.
I would hate it for him to be on my team.
But you know what's crazy? In NBA history, he's made the biggest jump in 3-point percentage from
Really?
like year one to not. He's made one of the biggest jumps in NBA history. I'm not sure what the jump was, but I remember when he was like a rookie, he was shooting like some horrendous, abysmal percentage.
Oh yeah, 29%. Then he jumped to 34%.
What? I'm telling you, okay, that's obviously not the biggest jump in NBA history, but like
Can't be.
there was a stat
I
or
hope it
something like
is.
that. I read it or something like that.
Yeah,
and
I'm
it,
sure
it
you
said
did.
there was a huge
Yeah, I'm
jump.
sure you read it.
Okay, I didn't read it. Mike Breen said it, okay? Or someone
Oh.
said it. Somebody said it, and
Mike
I
Breen.
Mike-
Bang.
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 Hopefully a double bang tonight.
Oh, double banging.
I didn't mean it like that.
I
mean a bang.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Oh,
He's only
yeah,
said
yeah,
it
yeah.
twice, maybe like a couple times.
Bang, bang. Yeah.
Anyways,
Bang. Yeah.
recover, Scott.
Recover.
Get us back
Yeah.
on track.
Okay. So, anywho, Mavs up 2-1, And this is kind of what we thought, though. We thought this Thunder team would struggle against either the Clippers or the Mavs. The unsung hero of this series, role player, PJ Washington.
PJ Washington,
He's been unbelievable.
he has been.
And
Absolutely.
you know what? Some of it is like he's shooting well above like his averages, but also part of it is OKC has dared to leave him just wide open. And you know what happens when you leave an NBA player wide open? Unless they're freezing cold, they're going to start knocking down shots.
Unless they're Harrison Barnes in the finals.
Oh, yeah.
Too soon?
No.
Not too soon.
No
Never
Kings
too
fan stands for Harrison Barnes.
Correct.
Correct?
Trade him.
But the offense too, they're leaving him open because they have no choice. If in tonight's game, if they give him more attention on those closeouts, it's gonna that pick and roll. It's gonna be easy for Luka to get in the paint.
Right.
The reason why Luka scored a little bit less is they've kept that paint congested. They've helped off on that corner, and PJ Washington has scored most of his points in the corner. If they stay tight to him and the paint's more open, Luka's gonna have a 40 bomb for sure, or Kyrie. But
yeah,
man,
Kyrie's been great, and his scoring isn't like out of this world.
dude, he's playing. He's doing exactly what the team needs. And like, enough of this. He's a locker room cancer. This and that. Kyrie Irving is the happiest he's ever been. It seems like in his NBA career, he looks happy.
And it's with Luka.
And he's playing. And like they said, it wouldn't work, but it's worked.
When you play with those Balkan bros,
The ball, yeah, exactly.
Luka,
Yeah,
Jokic,
they're selfless.
they're so selfless. They want everyone to be happy.
I want to
They're
see an
just
all
goofballs.
Balkan team. I want to see Jokic, Luka, both Bogdanoviches, any other itch. Last name ends in itch, whichever
I don't know
one.
who else. Pete Maravich.
Rest in peace. Pistol Pete.
Ooh, sorry.
Did you know he passed?
I had no idea.
Dude, he passed away playing basketball. He passed away on the court.
What?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
when?
No, that's not a Lou Dort stat situation. That's an accurate
Was this
fact.
during his like actual NBA
No,
days?
not in the NBA. He was
Okay,
playing
I
like
didn't think
pickup
so.
ball or something. And I believe he had a
Vaxxed?
no. This is like 30 years pre-COVID. Hey, actually, I don't know. Maybe he had the flu. I don't know, or like
I'm
the flu
just
vaccine.
kidding.
No.
I will sometimes see that someone dies and I'm like,
Wow.
Yeah,
vaxxed?
he collapsed.
He died suddenly at 40 years old during a pickup game. Undetected heart defect.
He was too good at basketball, bro. He
Pistol
averaged
Pete,
44 a game at LSU without a 3-point line, and he was a shooter.
No, he was crazy.
He might have averaged 60.
Yeah, it was crazy. Kalen Clark obviously broke his record. Had to have a 3-point line. Had to play all 4 years, and I mean, it just shows what he was able to
It's just
do.
another reason why it's easier for the women.
If I could,
I'm just kidding.
okay.
Hey, you say your point. 1 minute timeout. No boo time on the mic.
No boo time. If I could hop in a time machine and go back,
His microphone's down for Spotify listeners.
beautiful. If I can hop in a time machine and 1v1 Pistol Pete,
Yeah,
RIP, nothing but respect to him in his prime.
cook.
I'd cook him. I'd cook him.
Cook.
I'd cook him.
Cook.
He looks like a 7th grader out there.
Yeah,
If you go
facts.
back and watch highlights,
Bob Cousy, I would be putting one on his head. I would be sending Bob Cousy to the depths of
have you
Mordor.
played a lick of high school basketball
Freshman year,
and you still would cook him?
a cook.
I'll stand by that.
Cook.
I'll stand by
Boo,
that.
you can have your mic back.
I apologize
Cook.
for our female listeners.
Thank you.
And Ojo, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No. It was
stand,
just, it was
we
just a
stand.
joke. We love Caitlin Clark in here. I've actually been trying to get a Caitlin Clark jersey, but they're sold out. And also, did you guys see the news that
You're such an ally.
every WNBA team is now getting chartered planes?
I did see
see that.
that.
So I don't understand why the former or the older players are hating on her. I'm like, she's going to be the reason they make
literally-
more money and don't fly, economy.
Yeah.
You know?
Literally, her, Angel Reese, those two alone brought an insane amount of attention.
Cameron Brink,
Cameron Brink, Steph Curry's like, what's that relationship?
I think X. No, I'm just kidding. Goddaughter.
Should we go on timeout again?
Abu gets one shoulder injury, and he's become this uncaged
He's a
behemoth. Yeah, he's a
I'm trying to match Scott's level of humor. Like, this guy's so funny.
I like that.
These
I like
two are
that.
funny. I'm over here just laughing. I got to make some jokes, but
No, I like that.
it's a little
No, I like
inappropriate
that.
jokes.
No,
I'm sorry.
that's good. We need
sorry.
that. No, don't say sorry.
Said a
We
Bible
had a
verse
guy-
in the beginning.
We had this guy on Nebraska basketball. His name was Dubio KK, this awesome big man. And every time I talk to you, I want to call you a Boobio KK.
Okay. That's okay with me.
I don't have anything else. So if I ever bring out a boobie, just know. That's
a booby.
why.
Yeah.
Scott, some jokes hit and some don't.
No, that wasn't even a joke. There's just so many times I want to call him a
Some
boobie.
hit and some
I'm
don't.
okay with that.
Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Andy, you had your mic.
Yeah, I was trying to think of something clever, couldn't think of it, so we'll move on.
Man, we are rolling.
That sucked.
We are rolling.
I don't know
Holy crap.
what a car crash looks like, but it is.
I know.
That's
I know.
last segment.
I know what it looks like.
Yeah.
It looks like lottery night for Detroit.
Oh, nice segue.
Oh, that was.
I'm like that.
'Cause
You're
I
a pro.
just pulled
100
up the
episodes in.
I
Pro.
know, man.
Pro.
See,
What's up, Zoe?
I'm 4 steps
What's up,
ahead.
Zoe? Bang.
101.
Thank you, boo.
Shout out Jamie Lynn Spears, right?
I hope her daughter's or son is doing well.
Yeah. Might be multiple.
Zoe
101, dude.
star.
Oh,
Come on,
Do you know
man.
why the show ended?
No,
She got pregnant.
she got pregnant.
She got pregnant.
She was
What's that guy's name from Dan Snyder? Throw him in there with the ditties of the
Oh.
world. Yeah.
Yeah.
Coach of the
Fast.
Jazz.
No, that's Quinn.
That's Quinn Snyder, and he's with the Hawks.
No, we're talking this executive Nickelodeon.
I know,
You know
I
the
know.
story?
I there's a documentary.
Oh, you watched it?
No, I haven't yet.
I just saw the tweets.
Shout out Drake Bell.
Shout out. Thank
Shout-
you, Drake Bell.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, Drake Bell.
Shout
A couple
out.
of years ago, was
Drake
getting,
and Josh Giddy.
oh, I saw that.
You guys see that?
I saw that.
Oh man.
What were you
saw
going to say
that.
about Drake Bell?
Nah.
Go back to the
He's
lottery.
handsome.
Nah, he got like in trouble 3 years ago, but now
He
everyone's
did.
Team Drake. So.
He did get in trouble. He was
Yeah.
like in like Mexico, like singing and like he was like trying to make like me. I don't know. Is there something? Yeah.
Now, Scott, is there anything else about this rap beef that we should know about as someone who's cultured like you?
I'm super cultured. Let me think. What else did I see on Twitter?
You can ask me.
No,
man.
I just know Drake we shouldn't stand. And that he's like P. Diddy.
Okay. Also, Scott, you've been mentioning a lot recently, last few episodes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I got to talk about this.
Yeah.
So, Boo, as you know, I uninstalled Twitter.
We had a
Oh.
big thing, like maybe
Yeah.
a month, 2 months ago. It was like death to Twitter.
Time is done on Twitter.
We're boycotting.
Boycotting. I'm going to be boycotting, but during the NBA playoffs, reinstalled because it's way too much fun looking at tweets after your team wins. After a loss, I want to uninstall. After a win, like beating the Lakers, it was the greatest like 5-game series of my life. To the point where now Lakers fans are calling themselves the Minnesota Lakers because they just want the Timberwolves to win so bad.
Which they were, right?
Which they were. But now the last 2 games, they just are sad and pathetic, and seeing that on Twitter has brought me joy. But I have relapsed into downloading Twitter.
That's okay.
But uninstalling after the Nuggets are eliminated or win the championship.
Okay.
It's called X, guys.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Get outta here.
Hey, man.
Let's talk
Lotteries.
lottery. Let's
Lottery.
talk lottery.
Let's talk lottery.
NBA lottery happened.
Atlanta Hawks.
Yep. The Atlanta Hawks jumped 9 spots to get the number 1 seed.
It's
9
being traded.
spots.
Mark my words, it's being traded.
You think?
I like this, Abu.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be traded. I'll
Tell
let
me.
you finish, but
No.
But it's gonna get
no.
traded.
I'm just giving context for our conversation.
listen, they're not gonna. There's no one in this draft, in my opinion, that's like gonna change that Hawks franchise around.
Sure.
The Spurs have
What?
the 8th pick and the 4th pick. I could see they have both picks in this draft. I could see the what's it called? The Hawks trading that number 1 pick with Trae Young to San Antonio. I could see it.
Why would they trade Trey and the first? Well,
Oh, sorry, Trey, and keep the first, and then get the 8th and the 4th, so they can rebuild like truly.
but you were just saying that they're going to trade the pick.
They're trading Trey. Oh,
See?
sorry, no, they're trading Trey Young. I'm saying.
This guy.
This guy.
He doesn't
I've
even know
got
what
him.
he's saying.
Got him in a box.
Got him in a box. Boxed him in.
It's these meds they have me on for the MRI.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Dude, I get it.
This guy makes one anti-feminine comment.
Yeah, thinks he
and
can just walk around this podcast.
talking nonsense.
Yeah,
We're going to call him out on it, though.
Yeah, nice job at Boobio KK.
Welcome to the pros. You're in the big leagues now.
Yeah.
I can't be messing up like this.
Yeah, you look like a freak.
You
But
do.
I actually don't hate that idea because Trey Young, the Trey Young DeJounte project, Yeah. What were you gonna say?
You don't hate what idea?
Of trading Trey or these picks,
Okay.
one or the other. You got to commit to one.
Oh.
Because if you trade the picks, you're going for a certified star. You get rid of DeJounte, Trey Young, certified star, build in Atlanta. Or you say, to hell with that, get rid of Trey Young. DeJounte, you're here to stay until we can package you off for something. Hopefully we can draft the face of the franchise.
Wow.
And that they can be better than what Trey Young is.
Wow.
Which is going to be hard to do. I don't think that project was ever going to work in the beginning. They're both point guards. They
Yeah,
both
dude.
play
Hate
very
that.
similar. It works if they're both 3-point shooters. DeJounte he can shoot the three, but like Luka and Kyrie work because they're both incredibly skilled and they can both shoot the three ball really well. DeJounte and Trey are like, they're both point guards. Luka can play the 3, the 2. Kyrie can play the 2. Trey's the 1, and that's it. He's too small to play a 2 and to guard any other 2 guards.
Two chefs in a trailer park kitchen.
Yeah, exactly. It's too
big of a
many chefs
kitchen.
it's too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Right? But Trey Young and Wemby is a match made in heaven because Trey Young might be the best lob thrower in the NBA.
That
true.
combo. And we watched the Spurs games, Trev.
We did.
Yeah, I did too.
Abubi also watched them. And the issue was no one wanted to give Wemby the ball.
No.
If I have to watch Jeremy Sohan bring up the ball one more time, I'll scream. You get Trey Young.
Sell the team.
Yes.
Sell the whole team, keep Wemby and rebuild. Because Trevor was right, by the way. When I was here and we drafted like best players under that 24, man, he on the money with Wemby on that one.
Thank you.
He's exceeded, dude, he has exceeded expectations. Anyways,
that,
back
Scott?
to the lottery.
I don't even remember what I picked.
You weren't there that day.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
I
like
don't-
that, Scott?
Did you beat Christian?
I probably did.
Love it.
Yeah.
No, we did a simulation on 2K.
Oh.
I was up like,
we drafted like 24 and under or
dude, I
something
won
like that.
like 70 games in the season, and I blew a 3. Or I got swept by Christian's team.
I love that you remember this.
I pulled the
is
Hawks from
sick.
like 10 years ago.
That
Remember
is
that
sick.
Hawks team
Dude, with Paul Millsap,
that won like
Jeff Teague.
65
Con
games?
Corver.
Yeah,
that team was sick.
That's team basketball.
4 All-Stars.
Team
Ev-
basketball.
Yeah, team basketball.
Yeah.
Our team ruined by the Cavs.
Another team ruined by the Cavs.
I
Andy,
almost
from the top rope.
I almost said a bad word.
Oh my
talking
goodness.
to Andy.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I didn't.
Good job.
I didn't. I wanted to say something, but I didn't.
You should have done it.
I'm not doing it.
Okay, back to this Trey Young talk. Just quickly, I just want my opinion to be made public.
Okay.
The Hawks should not trade Trey Young. They should not trade Trey Young. If they're going to move on from a player, it's got to be DeJounte Murray. Players like Trey Young do not come around. I know that his defense is atrocious, but offensively, the dude's so special. In the last few years, yeah, they've struggled, but it's not like the team around him has been sensational, and he's had a point guard playing next to him. That's not a good fit.
I agree.
So
Yeah, I think
I
the
think you
fit's
hold
been
on to
bad.
Trey.
Yeah.
You do your best to build around him. You utilize assets to go get some players that fit by him. Maybe you trade the pick. You definitely trade Murray. But, yeah.
I wasn't suggesting the Hawks want to trade Trey Young. I was thinking Trey Young's getting restless, right? He made the conference finals a couple years ago. The team's only gotten significantly worse since then.
Dog
right?
water.
Significantly worse. They got Quinn Snyder. He came in. They thought Nate McMillan was the problem. He wasn't. Quinn Snyder is also not the problem. The team just doesn't work for some reason, and I think it's because they got 2 point guards playing together. But they shouldn't trade him, but I think he's going to demand a trade. And San Antonio is a good fit because they have picks. They got 2 top 10 picks this year.
They've got a lot of young players in San Antonio as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that's the best fit for Trey Young. And yeah, he is a special player. I looked it up today. For his career, he's averaging 25.5 points and like 9.8 assists. I don't care how bad your defense is. If those are your numbers for your career,
That's
that's
unbelievable.
insane. There's not many players in NBA history who put up those numbers for a career.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
He's disrespected.
He is.
Yeah.
And even to like an all-star level. But
Yeah. Where's the bobblehead?
let's talk about the craziest part of all this is the Detroit Pistons, who were so bad this year. We're talking generational bad.
28 straight, right?
Yeah.
28, the worst losing streak in NBA history.
They're tanking. They need to get
They're
the number one
tanking.
pick.
We need number one. We need number one. What does that get you? Number 5.
Back-to-back years.
Back-to-back years.
I love it.
And it shows you, and Trevor, you mentioned this before the show, it is a great thing that the NBA has this. You credited Adam Silver in terms of this lottery system, so you can't just continue to give the best player and the best player and the best player to the same team if they want to win 10 games every year, right?
Yeah.
Like, you can't get away with that. And it makes it so these teams actually have to be smart when drafting players, when constructing your roster. So you're not just in this misery of like, okay, well, I can just get the number one pick. Doesn't work like that anymore.
It doesn't. And I think fans will have, because there's fans who have issues with the way football does things with the number one pick, right? So there's always going to be people on the other side who have an issue. I don't mind the NBA system. I do like it. I do think it should be a little bit more skewed for the worst team, like the more bad teams to get the number. Because Detroit, I think I saw they've won 33 games in 2 years. Is that true? 33 in 2 years and got the number 5 pick both times. That's... You talked about Minnesota being like a sad city.
Detroit's sad.
Detroit, aside from college football, they're professional sports teams. The Tigers, the Pistons, the Lions. Aside from that ring they got with Darko Milicic, shout out Darko.
Shout out.
Balkan.
We got our 5th.
Balkan, we got the 5th. That is a poverty city and for professional sports teams.
Oh,
and it sucks. And like, just people have like Detroit used to be like a booming city. Now it's like
did you see the Detroit sign that they have up?
Yeah.
They try to make a Hollywood sign-esque.
Yeah.
And it is one of the saddest signs I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. I was scrolling on YouTube and there's a dude that made a diss song about the sign.
The guy who lives in Detroit.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I haven't.
All right, let me pull it up for you really quick.
Yeah, Detroit, man, it's sad. It's sad.
They don't make good sports team, but they make good rappers. Shout out Eminem. Shout out Big Sean. He's all right. What the heck is that?
I just showed him through the sign.
It looks like it's going this way. It's TR Ted. Not even Detroit.
Yeah, everything they made about it just looks wrong. It's if you even look at it from the highway, it's not proportionate. The letters are all messed up. It fits their sports franchises super well.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, that's what I was gonna say at the end. It fits the way that they made the city sign, and just like that's exactly what I expect.
Yeah, it's pathetic.
It's pathetic. Detroit, and it's funny to see the reaction from fans. Of course, it's all like, the lottery system is terrible. This is just, the NBA needs to fix this issue. I love it. I love it
too.
And that's why in the NFL, fans hate the tanking that happens.
Yeah.
And in the NBA, because of the way that the lottery system's set up, you see less of it. There's 4 teams that have just about equal opportunity to get the number 1 pick. And you know what? That just means try to win games, see what happens. And you have teams like Atlanta, who was in the play-in, jump to the number 1 pick. I love it so much, dude. This lottery system, it's amazing.
It adds such a new, like such a great dynamic
Yes,
that we
bro,
don't see
it's
in
fun.
other sports. Like, it's such a good dynamic. I love it.
I love the
Obviously, we're not Pistons fans, but
Yeah,
if we were, we
Pistons,
might not love it as much.
they
But
hate it.
yeah.
Yeah, because the Pistons, the last 2 years, they missed out on Paolo, and then the next
Wemby.
year they miss out, or not Paolo, they missed out on Wemby,
Yeah.
and then whoever's the number 1 this year.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Also, shout out to Houston. Because of the James Harden trade, they have the 3rd pick
That's amazing.
from
And they already showed flashes.
from Brooklyn.
They got something cooking over there.
They had
do.
a similar
For sure.
similar to OKC of last season.
They got something cooking over there.
So that'll be
Oh,
interesting.
my goodness.
Keep our eyes on some trades maybe in the top 5 and just teams like Houston and San Antonio add another young player to their core.
Yep.
It's going to be fun this offseason.
Trade
Something to look
pieces as
forward
well.
to.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna do a segment though,
Let's do it.
and staying on the NBA draft. And should this just be geared towards Abu, or do you want to participate as well, Trevor?
Let's have Abu do it. Let's put him on the hot seat. This will be a reel, so make sure the intro's fire, Scott.
Yeah, we've got a reel. And so, Abu, what we're going to have you do is we're going to have you rank, and I'll do the fire intro.
Love it.
Who you want to build your franchise around, the last 5 NBA number 1 overall picks.
Yeah.
So, Trev, do you want to introduce it? I think you do better at introducing it.
I actually know the last 5 picks.
So are we
So-
going to count in 2019? We're not going to count this year. We'll do Zion,
Yes.
Anthony Edwards,
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham, Paolo Banchero, and Victor Wembanyama.
This is building my
Right.
team around. Like, okay. Oh, that's
your guy.
that's going to be nice. Yeah. James Harden. Just get the,
All right.
get the comments.
I'm trying to think of how to do it. All right. We are going to rank the last 5 number 1 picks in the NBA draft, starting at 5. So you'll say number 5 I got,
Okay.
and give us a little explanation.
I like a little like challenge as well. I'm gonna try and list. First of all, I'm gonna name the last 5 in order from 20.
yeah.
Okay. So last was Wemby. Before that was Paolo.
Yeah.
Before that was Cade.
Bang.
Yep.
Then Ant.
Yep.
Then Zion.
Bang.
It's almost like I just said that.
Yeah.
Bang, let's dunk on a boo day. National dunk on a boo day.
Oh my goodness.
That's actually a very impressive.
That was impressive.
I was talking about those 5 picks are all
Oh.
kind of impressive.
Oh,
Not what he did.
no compliments coming from Scott.
It'd be impressive if he gave us the number 2 picks from memory.
From memory.
Yeah. Like you
Number-
did, like you just did with number 1 you
Number
claim.
2. I can't do that, man. I can't.
Okay,
even
that's
remember.
fair.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
fair.
I can't do
That's
that.
fair.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
can't do that. All right. So obviously number 1, I am
Well,
gonna.
let's go 5 first.
Oh, 5 to 1.
Work your way
Okay.
up.
Okay, so because the same reason you guys made fun of me, availability is the best ability, and that's why I'm always injured. I'm not much of a hooper because I'm always injured.
Yep.
So
You
because
are a
of that,
hooper.
no offense, no disrespect, but number 5, I am putting Zion Williamson. I'm putting him at
Wow.
5. I'm putting him at 5. If you're not playing for me, often.
I'm shocked.
he played this last season. He played a lot, but I'm putting him at 5 because I think. And don't get too crazy. I might change the order at the very end depending on who.
So
Who's in there?
Cade missing a season with the shin splint.
Yeah, I'm gonna put Cade at 5 and then Zion at 4.
This guy.
Yeah. No, as I was saying it, I was like, I forgot that Cade was in that shot class.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna go.
So who do you? So what's your?
Cade Cunningham 5, Zion at 4. I'm a big fan of Paolo. Paolo's a great player, so Paolo's at 3, Anthony Edwards at 2, and Wembanyama at 5. And you can flip flop between Ant and Wemby because Ant is, just Kermit, right? Kermit, he's a dog, so you can definitely put him at 1. But I think Wemby, like what he's shown this year, he's exceeded expectations. Shooting the 3 like that, he shot the best percentage in the NBA from step back threes this season.
Wemby?
Yeah,
Right.
as a 7'4". They say 7'4", but he's like 7'6". Let's be honest.
He's so big.
The only adjustment I would make to the list is putting Ant at 1.
Really?
I think because of the risk. If I'm building a franchise, if we're doing this the way that you text me about it, you're like, all right, this is built off of what players you want to build your franchise around. I'd rather build around the sure thing of Anthony Edwards with durability and health
Yeah,
because Wemby's risky. Wemby also has the highest ceiling of all those guys.
Yeah.
So
I don't disagree with
there's
that.
no wrong answer between those two.
those two. I do think it's wrong. I would say, 1, I forgot about Cade. Even though I listed Cade,
Yeah.
Cade is at 5. He's a great player, but Zion's at 4. I think it's wrong to put Zion above Paolo and or Wemby,
I
in my
agree.
opinion. Paolo is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, he didn't shoot the best percentage in that last game against the Cavs, but still, he
His
was
first playoff series.
first playoff series, and dude was balling. He has incredible potential and doesn't get highlighted because why? He's in Orlando. He's in a
crazy
small
to me.
market. He is maybe the least marketed number 1 pick we have seen him like in a long
Ever?
time. Yeah, because he's great. He's not good. He's a great player.
Yeah.
He's
Him and Cade.
Yeah, and Cade. I think Paolo's
Yeah.
Paolo's a little bit better than Cade, like maybe a lot better
Definitely.
than Cade, but yeah. But Zion, man, Zion's got that potential too, but we have enough sample size for him.
Health.
I would not take him
Ouchie.
over Paolo, Wemby, or Ant. I would take him over Cade. I would because
I would
of his
too.
potential, but yeah. Do you agree with the list, by the way?
I would put Cade 5, Zion 4, Paolo 3,
Yeah. And then
Ant 2,
and then Wemby.
Wemby 1.
Dude,
Come on, Abu.
same list.
We're back.
I love it. Andy, do you agree?
No, I agree with Trev. Ant's already proven himself. Wemby is great.
What has
but
Ant proven?
that he can perform in high pressure moments.
Sure.
And then he'll drop 40 on your head.
That's
You
true.
Nuggets fan.
Well, Wemby did that to me too.
What?
in
That's
the
why we
playoffs.
lost the 1 seed.
In the playoffs, thank you very much.
Oh, facts, yeah.
But I'm a Nuggets fan. I said
You
it
are.
already. I'll ride
I
with
do
you.
like Ant talking at Jamal Murray after Game 4, and no one
do.
talks back.
I do. It's got that southern from Georgia. Like it's got
Oh,
that.
he's
that
he's
southern swag.
impossible to cheer against.
He is.
He's so cool.
You guys have seen Hustle, correct? I think I mentioned it before on the show. Actually, Ant wasn't playing a character in that movie. He was just being himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with Wancho.
Yeah. yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Electric. Trev, anything else to add?
No, inside the NBA's dead.
Inside the NBA, is it official?
Is it official?
Here, you guys talk about it. I'm gonna put down my mic and search because I see a tweet that just said Chuck's last guarantee ever. I guarantee. They posted
Yeah,
it.
because I know NBC is gonna probably buy it for $2 billion.
And he doesn't want to. I saw a YouTube
It's Ernie.
video where
He doesn't
said-
want to leave Turner Sports at TNT. Which, if you're NBC, you have to find a way. I don't care what you do. You have to find a way to bring that crew and just let them do that show.
No, the worst is that they're gonna replace Ernie. Everybody else is gonna come, and then Ernie's not. He's gonna hold his ground, and which I respect. But then they're gonna try and replace him, and
You
they're
can't
gonna come
replace
out.
He's
Ernie.
not
Yeah.
replaceable. They tried with
No.
Adam Lefkoe. Bro, he
Sucks.
sucks. He stinks.
Certified
You
stinker.
stink, Adam Lefkoe.
What?
Nice.
He's not that bad, man.
Nice.
It's because who he's compared to. Listen, he might be a great
Exactly.
analyst in his own right, but he's trying to fill Ernie's shoes, and he can't fill those shoes.
It's like after Tom Brady, who came in.
Yeah, exactly.
Baker
That's what
Mayfield?
Ernie is.
Exactly. He might. Well, those guys suck though. Whoever comes in for Tom Brady.
That's
Those
what I
guys,
mean.
yeah.
Whoever comes after
Mac
Tom
Jones,
stinks.
Mac Jones, Billy Zapp.
That's the same
Cam
with Ernie.
Newton.
Whoever comes for Peyton didn't play for the Patriots. Don't even.
Oh, he said Cam Newton.
I said Cam Newton,
Oh,
you
Cam
fool.
Newton. Okay, thank you.
Oh,
I will straight up slap you. Just kidding.
You wouldn't slap me.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, come on.
little Cam Newton.
But whoever comes after Ernie is in the same spot. Like, you can't follow Ernie.
You can't. And they got. I saw a YouTube comment today on a video of like they asked Chuck if he was going to come back, and he said, "I have no idea." The comment said, "I don't watch the NBA. I just watch Inside the NBA." Which sounds a little weird to me, but there's a whole bunch of people who just love that show, and they've won like countless Emmy awards as well for being like such a great show, and they can't break it up.
You find anything yet, Trev?
They got to figure something out.
So yeah, Bill Simmons hinted at it on his podcast that they're going to move on, and NBA on TNT tweeted, we had to bring out the mop sauce for Chuck's latest guarantee, and all the replies are, "We're going to miss you. The show is awesome."
So nothing yet.
It says
Nothing
latest,
yet.
not last.
Nothing
Yeah.
yet. Yeah, I misread it because I'm dyslexic.
What if instead of Last Dance, it was Latest Dance?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you can't believe Bill Simmons. He doesn't know anything. Just a big market bozo.
Everyone's
Yeah,
He is.
tweeting about it.
Bozo,
though.
like
Big market bozo.
Bozo, just like Adam Lefkoe. Bozo,
Facts.
Bozo.
The hate.
That's been a good
Trevor's
episode.
an Adam Lefkoe stan. It seems like.
Yeah.
You're a
don't-
Cam Newton stan. Is what
No,
that
listen.
means.
I just don't hate on
Which
dudes that
I
don't
loved him.
deserve it. Anyways,
Is that a show?
that's a show.
That's a show.
Thanks,
Abu. Thanks for joining us.
I fumbled a few times,
no.
like Cam Newton in the Super Bowl.
Facts.
But I'm gonna jump on this one.
Oh, nice pull.
Come on.
Oh, gosh. We're vibing now.
Just
There we are.
just replace the crew with us and add Ernie, and we'll stay on TNT.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ready.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would go over
And
so
Christian
well.
and Andy.
They replaced Shaq with Trevor.
Honestly, with how with how bad Shaq has been recently, the dude just is so uninterested in the show. He
Dude.
sucks.
Also, I hate what he said.
To Jokic.
What's he doing?
Yeah.
Brother, I love you, but you're not the MVP or something stupid, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
And then
SGA
his
deserved
reasoning was SGA just stuffs the stat sheet. It's like, do you realize who won?
Luka averaged more points. Luka averaged more rebounds, more assists than
Yeah.
SGA. He deserved it more than SGA. And Jokic, it's voter fatigue, man. If Jokic had never won MVP and SGA won it twice, this year everybody would be saying, "Oh, they got it right because Jokic is 25, 12 and 9." Dude, Jokic is an MVP. He's a much better player than SGA.
Yeah.
And so is
What's
Luka.
hilarious too is those guys on the show. Now listen, I love Chuck. I take it or leave it with Kenny and Ernie. Chuck and Ernie are the two that make it happen. But
I love that
Shaq's
show.
analysis on it, says something like, and the Thunder had a better record than the Nuggets.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because they had the same record.
Same exact record.
Come on, Shaq.
Came down to a
do your
tiebreaker.
research before
I
you
don't
open
think
your
Shaq
mouth.
watches basketball.
No.
I'll be honest.
I
don't
don't
he
think
does.
so.
And his rebuttal always is, "I got 4 rings."
Yes, I think he does feel a little uncomfortable because Jokic legacy-wise, you guys might remember my Mount Rushmore. I had Jokic on it. He's slowly approaching like Shaq in the legacy talks. Has to win more rings. He's approaching Shaq though.
I don't think people are ready for that conversation.
No.
And
If-
that's why they're offended. I've heard people say Jokic is the worst 3-time MVP ever. And it's like, bro, there's not many 3-time MVPs.
You're talking about 9 other guys.
Yeah,
Or 8 other
exactly.
guys.
Exactly. Like, and also, Moses Malone is a 3-time. I'm pretty sure he won 3. I put Jokic over Moses.
Yeah, come
Yeah.
on.
Jokic is on his way to being arguably one of the best center of all time. He's on his way. If he wins a ring this year, 2 rings, 3 MVPs,
That conversation becomes
very interesting.
extremely uncomfortable because some people try to say Bill Simmons played with plumbers, right?
Yeah.
Hakeem, obviously great. It's just this era, if you're able to win multiple rings in this era, it just means so much more because the talent is so strong and the teams are so much more even. You look back 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it's really only a couple of teams that were competing for a title.
They also added 8 teams back in the 80s, correct? Like they expanded the NBA, and there's a clip of Larry Bird saying like, "Oh, it's really diluted the league. It's made the talent a lot less." There's clips of that back then. It wasn't as competitive.
Yeah.
We're done with the 90s. Jokic leading the charge.
That's how we end the show.
Yeah.
For Trevor Mickulin, my good guy Abu, and of course producer Andy, I'm Scott Ayers. We say so long for now. We will see you next week.
In the airwaves, end of our show. Podcast is over, gotta let you go. But before we say bye, there's one thing to say. We love NBA, it's in our DNA. Thanks to our listeners, you're the heart of our crew. Tuning in each week.